Today is the 28th of May 2014. A very good afternoon to you and welcome to this edition of Lunchtime News. I'm Katharina Chang. Let's take a look at your headlines. Train travel temporarily halted between Badulla and Bandarwala. 5 individuals apprehended for allegedly stealing an albino tortoise in Matra. Chief Minister of the North Western Province expresses his views on jobs for graduates. Hospital fire in South Korea claims the lives of 21. And on to those stories in detail. Train operations have come to temporary standstill between Bandarwala and Badulla along the upcountry railway line. Now, according to the railway's control room, train services have been halted due to an earth slip and rock slide that was experienced between Demodara and Udunuvara.
The earth slip and rock slide occurred at around 2 a.m. in close proximity to the 280th kilometre post on the upcountry railway line between Demodara and Udunuvara. A correspondent in the area confirmed that the debris from the embankment, which fell on the track, spans an area of 40 feet and rises to a height of around 30 feet. The railway control room noted that they have sought the assistance of the army to clear up the area. The railway control room added that the Udaratamanike train, which was scheduled to leave Badulla at 5:45 this morning, did not commence its journey. Meanwhile, a container truck that was travelling along the tunnel below the main rail route between Ragama and Dematagoda has collided with the overhead bridge. According to the railway control room, a similar incident took place at the same location yesterday as well. The control room added that the accident has not disrupted train services, but noted, however, that speed restrictions have been imposed for trains travelling in the area.
5 persons who allegedly stole an albino tortoise from a house in Polhena in Matra have been arrested. Now, the police media unit stated that the suspects were arrested based on a complaint made by an individual who claims to be the owner of the said tortoise. Police investigations have revealed that the tortoise had been brought to the island from a foreign country. The police said that the suspects were arrested in Patirajagama in Ahungala along with the albino tortoise. Chief Minister of the North Western Province Dasri Jayasekara states that 31 schools in the North Western Province have been identified to be converted into schools that provide education in English. The Chief Minister expressed these views during an event held at the Gunapala Malasekara Model Primary School in the Mahava Education Zone. The ceremony was held to declare open a newly constructed 2-story building and to lay the foundation stone for a new mathematics centre in the school. Minister of Culture and Arts T.B. Ganayaka was also present at the event.
language barrier.
What we have is a language barrier. There's a possibility that we are not used to it. A large number of graduates came to meet me last week. They are all art graduates. A student amongst them had sent me a SMS. Honorable Chief Minister, either provide us jobs or kill us all. The government is not there to provide the graduates with the jobs. The government is there to create graduates. It is the responsibility of all of us to come up with the mechanism to find jobs. A situation has been created where the graduates employed at our division secretariat office cannot do their jobs or are idling.
තමන්ට තියෙන වැඩේ කරගන්න බැරුව නැත්නම් වැඩක් කරන්න නැතුව දැන් තමල ඇවිදින තත්ත්වයකට පත් කරලා තියෙනවා.
National organizer of the All Island General Fisheries Federation, Ratna Gamage, notes that state intervention is necessary to resolve the Indo-Lankan fisheries issue. He made this statement during a media briefing held in Galle today.
අපේ උතුරේ දීවරයට මුහුණ දෙන්න සිද්ධ වෙන ඉතාම ඛේදනීය තත්ත්වයක්.
Our fishermen from the northern province are faced with a pathetic situation. Many of our fishermen were arrested by the Indian government. Another problem is the number of discussions that are taking place between these ministers. A statement has been made that the government released the Indian fishermen to express their joy for inviting us to the swearing-in ceremony of Prime Minister Modi. What is the meaning of this? It is not the releasing of fishermen. We are not talking about trying to please these leaders by playing with the lives of these fishermen. We need diplomatic intervention.
Views were expressed upon the fisheries subsidy as well.
They are saying that the Ministry of Fisheries will stop providing us with the subsidy. What is this government trying to do? They are trying to provide the subsidy once a year. How can the government, which is unable to provide this on a monthly basis, hand it over once a year? The government will have to spend 4 billion rupees annually for this purpose. However, they have not made this allocation to the Ministry of Fisheries.
The 18th annual conference of the Indian Ocean Tuna Commission will be held from the 1st to the 5th of next month in Colombo. The IOTC is an intergovernmental organization responsible for the management of tuna and tuna-like species in the Indian Ocean. Minister of Fisheries Dr. Rajitha Senaratne expressed the following views with regard to the conference in a press briefing held yesterday.
Sri Lanka is the largest provider of non-deep freezed fresh tuna in the world. Therefore, it is important that we partake in the discussion that will be made in the IOTC in order to take our fishing industry forward. Our involvement in the Indian Ocean Tuna Commission has reduced. There was no representative from our country from 2007 to 2010. As a result, many allegations were leveled against us, and for which we were not able to respond due to the lack of a representative. But from 2010, we have been actively involved.
During the media briefing, a journalist questioned the Minister on Indian foreign policies.
Indian foreign policies do not change from government to government like our country. Like the Ministry of External Affairs, they have one foreign policy. If they do attempt to make a change in their policy, they convene a roundtable discussion with the main political parties and arrive at a common agreement. There are instances which this has happened and they continue to carry out this policy. However, the manner in which they carry out this policy is questionable. We need to wait and see whether Prime Minister Modi would adopt a harder stance or a softer one, and we need to see how this stance differs from Prime Minister Manmohan Singh.
In a tragic incident, a cyclist died after being run over by a lorry in close proximity to the Boosa junction along the Colombo-Galle main road.
An accident occurred at around 7 a.m. today when a lorry carrying cement from Galle to Colombo collided with a bicycle. The deceased has been identified as a 61-year-old individual residing in Rathgama area in Hagoda. Our correspondent stated that the remains of the deceased are currently lying at the Karapiti Teaching Hospital. The driver and the assistant of the lorry have been taken into police custody and further investigations have been carried out by the Rathgama police.
On cricket news, the third ODI between England and Sri Lanka will be worked off today at the Old Trafford grounds in Manchester. However, according to weather reports, the game could be affected by rain. Taking this into consideration, manager of the Sri Lankan cricket team, Michael De Souza, noted that the team that will play today as games will be selected after taking into consideration the condition of the pitch as well as the possibility of rain.
Today the weather is very bad. In the morning also it's raining. The weather forecast is for rain the whole day. So we are not making any decision about the team till we go to the ground and till we know how long the game will be, whether it's 50 overs, 40 overs, 30 overs or even 20 overs. So the selection of the team will depend on the duration of the game. Rangana Herat is with us, so we expect that he might play. But there could be one or two other changes as well.
0114-896-896 www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.